Hello friends. Welcome back to my channel Decode by HK. Thank you for watching my videos, liking them and subscribing to my channel. Thank you for providing all the love and support. Today, I would like to talk about situation of Earth after World War III. The concept of nuclear war has been a significant fear for humanity since the advent of nuclear weapons during World War II. The potential aftermath of such a catastrophic event is often depicted in science fiction and apocalyptic scenarios. However, the grim reality of Earth post-nuclear war can be analyzed through scientific predictions and historical precedents from past nuclear events. This video explores the potential situation of Earth after a nuclear war, delving into environmental, social, and geopolitical consequences. Situation has been properly showcased in one of the Korean drama Black Knight on Netflix. In the immediate aftermath of a nuclear war, the primary impact would be the massive loss of life and the destruction of infrastructure. Cities targeted by nuclear bombs would experience devastating explosions, leading to the obliteration of buildings, infrastructure, and countless lives. The thermal radiation from the explosions would cause severe burns and ignite fires, contributing to further casualties and destruction. One of the most terrifying aspects of nuclear warfare is the radiation it releases. Fallout, the radioactive particles propelled into the upper atmosphere after a nuclear explosion, would eventually fall back to Earth, contaminating large areas. This fallout would cause acute radiation sickness in the short term, leading to more deaths and long-term health issues such as cancer and genetic mutations for survivors. Perhaps the most catastrophic environmental consequence of a nuclear war would be the onset of a nuclear winter. The smoke and soot from the numerous fires ignited by nuclear explosions could rise into the stratosphere, blocking sunlight from reaching the Earth's surface. This reduction in sunlight would lead to a significant drop in global temperatures, potentially lasting for months or even years. The cooling effect would disrupt weather patterns, shorten growing seasons, and lead to widespread crop failures. The immediate and long-term environmental impact would extend beyond the atmosphere. Contaminated water sources, poisoned soil, and destroyed ecosystems would severely affect plant and animal life. Many species could face extinction due to habitat destruction and the inability to adapt to the rapid environmental changes. The food chain would be disrupted, causing further ecological imbalance and threatening the survival of species, including humans. The destruction of cities and infrastructure would paralyze modern civilization. Transportation networks, communication systems, healthcare facilities, and utilities would be decimated. The loss of these essential services would make it difficult to coordinate rescue efforts, distribute aid, and maintain public order. In the aftermath of a nuclear war, the collapse of governance structures would likely occur. Governments might be incapacitated due to the loss of leadership and key personnel, along with the destruction of government buildings and communication lines. This breakdown in governance could lead to chaos, with communities left to fend for themselves. In some areas, local authorities or surviving military units might try to maintain order, but the overall lack of resources and communication would make this extremely challenging. The health impacts of a nuclear war would be dire. Hospitals and medical facilities, if not destroyed, would be overwhelmed by the sheer number of casualties and radiation sickness cases. The lack of clean water, food, and shelter would exacerbate the health crisis, leading to the spread of diseases. Psychological trauma would be widespread, affecting survivors' mental health and the overall social fabric. The destruction of homes and infrastructure would force millions of people to flee their cities in search of safer areas. This mass displacement would create refugee crises, with large groups of people moving across regions and potentially across borders. The strain on resources in relatively unaffected areas would lead to further conflicts and humanitarian challenges. The economic impact of a nuclear war would be catastrophic. The destruction of major economic centers, industries, and agricultural areas would lead to a severe recession or depression. Rebuilding efforts would be hampered by the lack of resources, skilled labor, and functional infrastructure. The global economy would be destabilized, affecting trade and financial systems worldwide. Rebuilding society after a nuclear war would be a daunting task. It would require international cooperation, significant resources, and a long-term commitment. Survivors would need to focus on reconstructing infrastructure, re-establishing governance, and restoring basic services. Education and cultural institutions would play a critical role in preserving knowledge and fostering a sense of community and purpose among survivors. The recovery process would also face technological and scientific challenges. The loss of technical expertise and the destruction of research facilities would set back scientific progress by decades. However, innovative solutions and technologies might emerge from the necessity to rebuild and adapt to new conditions, potentially leading to a different trajectory of technological development. The geopolitical landscape would be drastically altered by a nuclear war. Nations with fewer direct impacts might emerge as new centers of power, while traditional superpowers could be weakened or destroyed. The shift in power dynamics could lead to new alliances and conflicts as countries navigate the post-war reality. The aftermath of a nuclear war could lead to both increased conflict and cooperation. Competition for scarce resources and the need for territorial control might spark new conflicts. Conversely, the shared experience of devastation and the need for collective survival could foster unprecedented levels of international cooperation. Global governance structures, such as the United Nations, might play a crucial role in coordinating recovery efforts and preventing further conflicts. The situation of Earth after a nuclear war would be characterized by unprecedented destruction, environmental catastrophe, societal collapse, and long-term challenges. The immediate impact would involve massive loss of life, radiation sickness, and the destruction of infrastructure. The onset of a nuclear winter would lead to global cooling and ecological devastation, while the breakdown of governance and infrastructure would create a humanitarian crisis. The long-term recovery would require extensive international cooperation and innovative solutions to rebuild society, economy, and technology. The geopolitical landscape would be transformed, with new power dynamics and potential conflicts. While the prospect of a nuclear war is daunting, understanding its potential consequences is crucial for fostering global efforts to prevent such a catastrophe and work towards a more peaceful and secure world. What do you think about the situation after World War? Please share your thoughts in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video if you enjoyed it and subscribe to my channel. Hit that bell icon so you never miss an update. I've got plenty of such content coming your way. Thank you for joining me today. Until next time, stay awesome and take care.